I am super excited to introduce our guest today in Breathing Space. She's a 25-year-old actor, a second generation, if anyone doesn't know that, second generation Kiwi Chinese, having spent her life feeling like she belonged nowhere, not even her hometown Palmerston North. Her aim is to champion and empower outsiders through her work in whatever form it takes. Welcome to Breathing Space, Jess Hong.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so stoked to have you and your beautiful backdrop join the Breathing Space.
Literally pinned up blanket to the wall. I had this up for D&D last night.
So Jess, how are you feeling today?
Today I'm feeling so good. The last 2 days I've been with Chapeau Theatre doing Front Lawn Festival, which is a really cool initiative. We're creating these short pieces to take around to the front lawns of elderly or people in vulnerable positions, so that while they're still locked down and everyone else is kind of returning slowly back to normal, we can just give them something uplifting and provide a bit of entertainment, a bit of an escape. So that's been involving lots of singing waiata and making very physical pieces and having some good yarns at a 1 meter distance. We're still being safe while we're working together, but it's been so cool. I feel really blessed to be a part of an actual theatre project in this really in a really strange time where everything's uneasy, and this is kind of an experiment for them and for the theatre industry in general. I think it's the first of its kind. So yeah, I'm feeling really awesome and full and uplifted today.
That is so inspiring. I wish my day was like that. And I'm so excited for the community you're about to enlighten and entertain. That it's a wicked project. So shout out to Poe. And shout out to Jess.
Poe.
So I want to know, in reflection of the lockdown and the uncertain times that we're in now, who are you when your practice or your craft is on pause?
I have thought about that quite a lot over lockdown, and I've come to the decision that I don't know. I have managed to, since I left high school, distract myself constantly with either training or doing shows or working, and this is kind of the first time since I was 19 where I've been able to sit with my own thoughts and just be forced to do nothing, and to just, because I haven't had anything else to do. My flatmates have all been working and I've just been chilling at home. And I found over lockdown, I was slowly reverting back to my 13-year-old brain, just watching old YouTube videos that I've already seen of my favorite K-pop band, or just snacking and not sleeping well and doing all these repetitive bad behaviors that I know exactly how to get myself out of it. I'm not doing those things for those 4 weeks. I haven't been, waking up and having a stretch or going for a walk or going to bed before 2. And I thought at the beginning of lockdown, this is a great opportunity. I'm so excited to work on myself. I'm so excited to reflect. And for the first week, I had so much energy. And I started a couple of projects. I was doing monologues just to kind of test myself. I was doing little parody song challenges with my friends. And then from week 2 onwards, I was like, okay, in one day of week 1, I would talk to 5 people. And then from week 2 onwards, I was like, nobody talk to me, nobody freaking call me. Seriously, I was just, we went from being yeah, lockdown, we're gonna work on ourselves, to nobody talk to me. And I can't say exactly why that happened. I guess I'm so used to being around people, and I'm so used to being useful around people and getting immediate results of my usefulness. When performing on stage, you get audience reactions. When working at the cafe that I worked at, I would get, at least a smile or a thank you or an interaction, a moment with someone. and it would be immediate and it would be clear. Oh, I've been useful today. Oh, I did something for this person today. Whereas I don't get that at all. So I think having everybody removed from me, I felt like a piece of shit. I felt like I couldn't do anything worthy of existing or, contributing to the community. And all around me, there's all this shit going on and I can't do anything to help. And all artists want to do is like contribute in some way. So the fact that I couldn't put anything out there that was actually useful to anyone, it was difficult. It was quite confronting. And I'm only just now starting to understand those thought patterns. I'm still figuring it out.
I think those feelings and reactions is absolutely valid though, in terms of I've done the exact same thing. I've had a massive outburst of energy, inspiration, and being super, super motivated, and then like a crash of like this abyss of like, you know. But I totally think that with the things you were describing in terms of you not really knowing who you are in terms of, your identity and pause, I think you were just surviving. You're just living and trying to figure it out, and it's such an honest response, and I totally admire that.
Like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Yeah.
So that's how it was for Jess Hong, everyone, if you missed some of that conversation. Honestly, I really appreciate the rawness of the answer, of the darkness, as well as the absolute arbitrary movements that we have to do on a daily basis just to sort of like be. And I really appreciate you sharing your beautiful backdrop and just how you are and how you were.
I was talking to my mate Cindy about this. It's so easy to be like, we should be optimistic. We've got to be grateful. We're in a privileged position in New Zealand, so we should just be always thinking about positive things. It's difficult because I know I'm in a privileged position, and this could be controversial, but it's still a struggle. It's still so confronting, and I feel like laughing and giggling at one point and then breaking down in tears at any other point. And maybe it's like, I don't know, for you as an actor and a producer and everything, we feel like we need to do something for other people at all times in order to prove that what we're doing, that being an artist is worth it, that we can actually contribute. And we feel like we have to do this all the time, every single day, push, contribute. Otherwise, it's not worth it. We have to work twice as hard as someone in accounts or something, to make it worth it. And so I felt very worthless. And if you are watching this and you felt that way at any point, that's all good. It's okay to feel worthless at times, and it's okay to talk about it. And it's okay to admit that even if you are in a safe place with a roof over your head, it's still okay to feel like shit. And tomorrow might be better. Who knows?
I have nothing to add to that. I think you absolutely hit the nail on the head, and it is absolutely totally okay to be, to not be okay, and to reach out or to not. It is a process for everyone, and everyone is affected in different ways. And I think for me, one of the things I definitely acknowledge in terms of my privilege of being a migrant in New Zealand is that I'm very aware of the situation in my home country and how I have no control or no power of making that better. Because we are in a position, I'm in a position where I can see the world in those two very specific lenses, it's really hard for me to not also feel the weight of that, as well as the lightness that this side is meant to give me. It's almost like a contradiction. So I totally tautoko what you're saying, and I really appreciate you sharing such a vulnerable space and such an honest space. And this is our breathing space. Dakala salamat, everyone. I'm Marianne Infante. This is Jess Hong, and we are breathing space.